Guys, we are back, going on a solo backpacking trip, last backpacking trip of the season probably, because it's going to start getting really rainy in Monterey, and I'm so excited. So here I am at Castle Rock State Park in Los Gatos. It's giving twilight. I'm going to show you in a minute, but the forest behind me is so active. I can hear so many birds and little critters running around. There's fog, there's trees. This is exactly what I wanted for an end of the year backpacking trip. I'm so excited. I'm hiking 12 miles to a campsite called Waterman Gap, and it should be relatively chill. I think most of it is just downhill the whole way, which is great for me. I wanted to talk about some things that have changed since my last backpacking trip. The first thing being new backpack. My last backpack was 6 pounds by itself. That's crazy. What was I doing? I mean, it's a great backpack, but it's just outdated. So this is the REI 55 Flash. It is 2 pounds, so it's 4 pounds lighter than my old backpack. I did swap out my good sleeping bag for my bad sleeping bag, and by bad it's just not that warm because it's lighter. From the weather, from what I see, it's not supposed to get lower than like 50 tonight, although I am pretty cold right now. It's foggy. I was gonna maybe put on my sweater. I don't know, we'll see. The second change is that I've lost almost 30 pounds. So honestly, this backpack, I'm gonna guess it's like 35 pounds with my extra water in it and my bear box, because I had my bear box this time. That's about the, this is a little bit over how much I've lost, which is crazy to think about. So basically, I'm going on a trip with my old self with this on. I only checked it before I added the water, so I don't really know exactly how heavy it is. Let's see. I don't know what that says. 36, 37? 36, 37. All right. A little heavy still. Like I said, I have to carry my bear box and I have extra water. I don't have to carry my bear box, but it was either that or, there's no bears here, but it was either that or tying it up in a tree because there's lots of little critters, and I don't have a bag. I only have a bear box, so I was like, well, screw it. I'm really excited. Let's get going on this adventure. I'm gonna soak in some nature vibes, soak in the last bit of backpacking energy for the year. Obviously I can still hike after this, but probably won't backpack. So look at this. Isn't this just twilight vibes? It's perfect because it's October 3rd. It's the beginning of true fall. Look at it. Yes, we're starting the season off right. So I've come across my first kind of like rock formations in the park. That's something this park is really known for. That's why it's called Castle Rock. It's really big with climbers. Currently it's closed for the season for climbers, but I should start seeing a lot more really cool rock formations as we go on. But these are the first ones I've seen. And you can kind of get the vibe. Very foggy right now. We're in a cloud. And the moss on all the trees is so beautiful. Yeah, it looks awesome. It's a little eerie with it being this foggy. I'm not even half a mile in and I'm getting so distracted because of how many cool things I'm seeing. Like, I see a cave over there. I just want to show you. Look at that. This is awesome. I get why it's called Castle Rock. This park. Oh, that squirrel scared me. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna stay over here. That looks crazy. So cool. I have a sneaking suspicion that I am gonna be alone. Like, there's not gonna be many people on this trail. I really thought there would be, but I think because climbing is closed in the park, they also were like really, they kept being like, oh, you're going to Waterman. I don't think a lot of people go to Waterman. Here's the other side of that rock. That is wicked cool. Oh yeah, there's like literal perfect holds for climbing. I see why that's popular. Oh, there's some chalk on there. Wow. Really awesome slime molds I keep seeing on trees. But all of these trees are covered in woodpeckers. Listen. Okay, checking in. I'm like almost 2 miles in. I didn't see any backpackers so far, but I have seen some day hikers, which doesn't surprise me because there were cars in the day use parking lot. I didn't see any cars in the backpacking parking lot, so. Oh, look at this tree. Wow. I had to actually scramble up this little boulder thing that was in the middle of the trail. I wanted to film like an influencer shot where you go sit the camera and go back, you know, but there were people behind me, so I didn't want to do that because I was embarrassed. Wow. Awesome. It is still pretty foggy, so the overlook that I just walked past, I couldn't actually see anything outside the overlook, but what the overlook was overlooking, I couldn't see it. I'm not going to say anything about that because I'm a mature adult. Okay, I just pulled off the side. First of all, every tree is like covered in this like fern moss, and it's so cool. But anyway, I just pulled off because I could start to see through the fog a little bit of what I might see. I was just on this service road. I just passed the campground I'll be staying at tomorrow night. It looks pretty nice. Now I'm going to use the Lowry Woods Trail Connector. Yeah, hold on. I can barely see in these sunglasses. We're heading to Lowry Woods Trail Connector to get to the Saratoga Gap. Or to get me to Skyline, to get me to Saratoga Gap. Lots of connecting routes. This trip, I actually built my own route using Onyx Backcountry. It was really, really easy to use. It cost money, but it was kind of peace of mind. Let's continue. These glasses are insane. Look at this mushroom. It almost looks like truffle-y. Like truffle shavings. Like I know truffles are in the ground. And they have like these little tiny spores coming off them. There's a gun range nearby, so they're popping off rounds. I've been hearing it for like the last 2 miles. But I just did a highway crossing, came out of there, and now I'm continuing down there. This is the Skyline Trail now, and I'm about almost 5 miles in, 4 3/4 miles in. I'm probably gonna take like a lunch at 6 miles, or just around there if I can find a nice spot. But yeah, so far so good. I had to do a little bit of climbing. There were some mini switchbacks in there, but not too bad. I am back on trail. Sometimes you get to stop off for lunch at a really scenic place. And sometimes you're overlooking a highway in a parking lot. And that's just how it is. This is where the 6 mile marker took me. This place called Saratoga Gap. It's right on the Santa Cruz County line. And I just laid on this and stretched a bunch. And now I'm eating a hunk of salmon with my fingers because my fork is in my bear box. So this is so scenic and calm. The sound of trucks going by. Okay, so I'm back on trail. I am right there, and I need to go all the way to here. That's about another 6 miles. This is where I came from. So I did all of this, up, and then went up this trail here and around. And I did discover that I don't think there will be any more water until basically tomorrow when I get here. So definitely gotta ration my water. It's the first sign I've seen of the camp I'm staying at tonight. I just got stopped in my tracks by this beauty. That looks like a syrupy pancake. It's big. Just sitting on this ridge as I'm walking by. Well, I didn't film it, but I definitely had my first cry of the trip. I just was crying on the trail because I don't know what happened. I took a wrong turn or something. Suddenly, like, the trails have been really well marked this whole time, and then like suddenly they just kind of weren't. And I must have taken like the wrong turn because I ended up like just along this highway, and I was just like, I was supposed to be like at camp when I started doing that, and I was like, what the fuck, like where even is camp? And I'm so tired. I did 12 miles, and like I haven't done that much since probably when I thru hiked Catalina in March. And granted, this was more downhill, but still, it's definitely like one of the longest hikes I've done in a while. And so because I was walking on that highway and I just didn't have the brain capacity to think about where the camp could be, I started crying, and I thought, I'm just gonna call Albert and tell him to pick me up from the highway. Like, I can't do that. I'm over it. Done. But I looked at my map. I calmed down. I looked at my map, and I was very close to camp. So, yeah, it was supposed to be 12 and a half, and I walked 13 miles. So I must have took a wrong turn or something. But I'm fine now. I'm at camp. I was so excited to be at camp. So now that I'm here, I'm just gonna chill for a second. I feel so much better now that I'm at camp. I set up my tent, and I'm in my like nighttime clothes, and I'm kind of currently surrounded by all my stuff in like this little log half circle, so I feel protected and cozy. And now I have a bear box in front of me, and I'm deciding what I'm gonna eat for dinner. And it's hard to pick. I can't decide. So I have chicken tikka masala, which looks really good. I've heard really good things about this brand, Bowl and Kettle. And my other one is also Bowl and Kettle. It's street corn grits. That sounds so delicious. I really want this one, but I think I might actually go... Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna want this flavor profile after like a hard day tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna save it. Alright, that means chicken tikka masala tonight. There's actually a pit toilet here, which is kind of nice. This is the campsite, and the lady lied to me. She said that there are no bear boxes at Waterman Gap. What is that? That's a bear thing. So I brought my bear can for no reason. This is the campsite. Here's my little tent. You can see I'm kind of in like a little cocoon of logs. Don't look at my underwear. That's private. And I don't think anyone has been here in a very long time. I was actually going to set up in that corner originally, or that far one, but that bear box thing was like literally like sheet spiderwebs over the opening, and I was like, okay. That made me be like, I don't think anyone's been here in a while, and I just don't think anyone is coming. So, because like when the ranger saw that I was going to Waterman Gap, she was like surprised, and I was like, are you surprised because just no one has been going? Because I do know that this campsite used to be used to connect to Big Basin, and Big Basin, that whole route is closed. So I think that was like a much bigger hike that people were doing, and it's not open right now because of a really big, I think because of a fire previously, or storm damage maybe. But in any case, I have this whole campsite to myself, and I'm assuming it will remain that way for the rest of the night, which is fine. Yeah, I kind of like that it's open like this. I have noticed this about myself, that if I'm in the woods, like if I'm camping and it's like, it just gets dark so fast, and it just has a more eerie vibe, which actually tomorrow, well, no, the campsite tomorrow is kind of open too. I prefer to just have a little bit of sky, I think. I like being around the woods, but something about it makes me a little more on edge if I'm deep in there. So this is like perfect. This is exactly the kind of camp that I like. The only thing is that it's really close to a highway. Actually, the whole hike today was pretty much along a highway, in like the trail, like paralleled highway. So except for like the first couple miles, like I pretty much heard civilization a lot, and I'm still I can hear the highway. So it's weird. It's like comforting and scary at the same time, because comforting in that like I'm not that far away from civilization, like I'm safe, like I'm not gonna get lost. Basically, in terms of being lost, I'm fine. But I usually like to like camp, especially solo. Like I want to camp like kind of far away from easy access, and you'd have to know that this campsite exists off that highway, but like still, like pretty much you can just walk in from the highway, which I don't really like that much. But I'm just not gonna worry about it. I have protection with me and I'll be fine. So I think it will be a quiet night. I'm gonna knock out. I know it. Today was long. Like I said, I haven't hiked that long in a long time. And it's funny how what being tired does to you, because I was ready to give up a minute ago. Now I'm having a great time. So always just gotta, it's hard to regulate your emotions and like push past the feeling of wanting to quit for no reason when you're tired. So I'm glad I pushed through because this is great. And this is exactly what I wanted. Tikka masala, pretty fire, honestly. I am a little worried because this is my first time having this many carbs in like 9 weeks. So I might shit myself tomorrow. But I worked really hard today, so I deserve carbs. I need carbs to live. So, yep. I'll deal with the consequences of this meal later. I just got in my tent, got all my stuff that I'm gonna be having in here for the night in here. I'm regretting bringing my shitty sleeping bag. I call it my shitty sleeping bag for a reason. I forgot how much it slides around. It's also gonna probably be colder than I anticipated. I should have just brought my good sleeping bag. It's a pound heavier. What's a fucking extra pound? But it is what it is. I won't make this mistake again. I'm really tired, so I'll probably sleep well anyway. So when I'm backpacking, I like to bring a couple comfort items, and they've changed from trip to trip, but this is kind of, I think, becoming more of my solid kit. So I wanted to show you what I bring as my like luxury comfort items. The first is I hang this little panda. He goes in my backpack and in my tent, and he represents, so my very first solo backpacking trip, I actually brought my childhood panda stuffed animal with me because I just wanted to, and a little sense of comfort. But as I continue backpacking and stuff, like, he is kind of heavy, and I also just don't want him to get damaged. So this kind of represents that stuffed animal for me. I like to bring this little lamp. Oops, solar powered lamp, but you can also charge it. And it's a warm light in the tent, and so when it's dark outside, it feels really cozy when I have this on. There's a little, I can hang it right here above my head while I'm reading or something, and it's just really good ambiance. And then, speaking of reading, I was bringing books, but I just recently got a Kindle, and this has made me read so much more. And then I have something to draw with. So this is my little notebook that I decorated to bring with me, that I can draw with. And I also have like this roll mat that has color pencils and some pens. And I just like it as a way to like draw at camp, capture where I've been, you know. I just woke up a couple minutes ago, and I slept okay. I woke up a lot. Excuse me. I woke up quite a few times. One of the times I thought I heard something big walking outside my tent, but I think I dreamed it because it sounded like it was walking on sand, and I'm not anywhere near sand. So like once I actually woke up, I didn't hear it anymore. But I'm still kind of sleepy. I am just kind of trying to wake up. It's about, what time is it? It's like 7 something. 7:15. The only thing today is I only have enough water to get me to the next water thing, which is like 5 miles away. So I barely have enough water to make my breakfast, which I'm not really hungry, but I need to eat. I'm not gonna make coffee. As much as I want coffee, like, I need to conserve my water, and also it would make me more dehydrated anyway. So yeah, probably gonna start getting stuff out to make my breakfast this morning soon. But yeah, now I'm just trying to wake up a bit. I wasn't actually that cold last night. Like I was, but I wasn't. I used my sleeping bag like a quilt. I just wore all my clothes and had my jacket inside too, so it was not too cold, but it was cold last night. And the fog has settled in, making it kind of eerie. That's another reason I kind of want to wait, is like, I gotta go hike in that, and like, I'm just kind of scared. I'll be fine. Just gotta give it a little bit, gotta wake up a little bit. So, yep. Not gonna lie, feeling a little nervous today. Mostly just because of how much uphill I think I have, how sore I feel today, and the fact that I have to ration my water for the next like 5 to 6 miles. It's really pretty. The fog is awesome. I'm headed down there. So, woo, let's go. I found my first banana slugs in the Santa Cruz mountains. I was wondering when you'd show up. He's hiding his little face. There's one over there too. Hi guys. You see how much they blend in with the leaves. Don't want to step on them. Okay, so I've hiked about 4¼ miles so far. Half a mile of that was I went the wrong way. So I had to backtrack. Well, I guess maybe a mile of that. Yeah. I had to backtrack, which was a little bit annoying, frustrating. And also just, I was already feeling kind of on edge because it was so foggy, just eerie. So I was really annoyed when I realized I went the wrong way, just on edge, but I quickly found my way again. And now I'm on this like service road thing for a while, basically until I get to water. My map says I'll be on this trail pretty much until then, so just gonna keep walking. The sun is out now, so I feel a lot better. So yeah, I'm just enjoying the hike. There's been huge banana slugs, which has been crazy. I think the biggest I've ever seen. They're like sausages. And yeah. All right, let's keep walking. This is embarrassing, but this is real. It's how real backpacking is sometimes. I'm just crying because I'm so happy to have found water. Like, I knew this water spot was here. The ranger told me it was reliable, but I was getting really stressed and I made 2 wrong turns on my trail here, so I ended up having to hike more to get here. And I've almost done 9.5 miles on 1 liter of water, and I was just getting really nervous because I still have quite a few miles until camp. And just like seeing this water here and hearing it like a little bit above on the trail, I'm just so happy. I'm happy I pushed through. I was getting kind of scared, so this is just a release of being anxious this whole time. Like, I've hiked this 10 miles kind of just without, I was enjoying it, but I was just like, all I could think about was water. So I'm gonna calm down. I'm going to rehydrate and fill all my water containers and eat some lunch and try to recoup because everything is fine. I don't know why I'm crying. Yeah. Okay, hi, editing Randy really quick from on top of a dune. I was watching this vlog back before I posted it, and I feel like I just need to interject about this dramatic cry sesh I'm having that you're watching right now. One thing you need to know about me is I'm really sensitive and cry over fucking everything. So like, me crying in this moment is not to gauge how serious this is really. Like, I cry over everything. Like, you'll probably see as I post more videos there, I pretty much cry every backpacking trip. I just cry a lot, okay? And secondly, I understand that this is not that serious. Like, I feel like I'm being pretty dramatic in this moment, and I just need you to know that I know it wasn't that serious. Like, the ranger told me the water was going to be there. I needed to just go to the water. But one thing I just need to make clear is that this was my very first time ever doing a water carry while backpacking, and it has been something that's like caused me a lot of anxiety, but I knew I needed to do it because there are lots of backpacking trips that I want to do in the future that require water carries, and you just miss out on stuff if you're not willing to water carry. So this was me like trying for the first time. So I'm brand new. I didn't calculate for making missed turns, you know, which gave me a lot of anxiety because, again, I've never done that before. So really when I got to the water, it was more just me releasing the anxieties that I was feeling the whole hike. It wasn't me being like, I thought I was gonna die. That wasn't what it was about. I understand a lot of people go without water, you know, a lot more in like actual living situations. So like, please don't take that as me. Like, I understand that I'm privileged and I'm choosing to go on these backpacking trips. Yeah, it was scary for me. Okay, I just needed to say that. Okay, keep watching. Bye-bye. I'm having lunch, a carrot ginger power bowl, good to go. It was a cold soak. It smells so good. It smells kind of like a poke bowl, but it's vegan actually. That's what it looks like. You can see all the carrots. It says it should have a slight crunch, and it does. It's perfect. It's really good. It's like kind of sweet, but I can taste the ginger and the carrots. Yeah, this is exactly what I need to refuel after that 10 miles of anxiety. So I was just checking how much longer I have. I am exactly right here where the San Lorenzo River crosses the Travertine Springs Trail, and I'm camping here. So I am getting pretty close. This is where I camped last night, and I hiked all of this to there. So just a little bit more. I've honestly hiked the last like 10 miles with like no water in my pack, so now that all my water bottles are full, my pack feels so heavy. And I think I have to go uphill to get to camp. Luckily it's not that far. So here's what I'm thinking. I just arrived at the campground that I was gonna stay at tonight, but it's less than 3 miles to the parking lot. And I don't know, something just kind of came over me while I was hiking that last little bit. I just wanted to go home. I don't know, the desire to go home outweighed the desire to stop hiking. So I think I'm just gonna go home. Why stay here if I'm not feeling it, you know? Doesn't mean I really failed. I'm doing way more hiking today than I expected. But let's see, how many have I done? 11.5. I can handle a couple more miles to the parking lot. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here's to changing the plan based on how you feel. It's okay. Let's go. There are these like ropes because there's a rock to get over. That's kind of nice. I didn't realize this path would have such like technical rock scrambling, so I've been climbing over these big boulders with my backpack, but it's really beautiful. I'm really enjoying this part. I'm almost to the parking lot, I think. Probably have like less than a mile. But taking in the last bit of view. Woo! Well, I'm back in my car. I got to the trailhead and there was a huge Boy Scout troop here heading to the camp I was supposed to stay at tonight. And actually on my way back out, there was another really big group going. So low-key, I think I made the best decision. There was gonna be so many people there at that camp. So I'm happy to sleep in my own bed tonight and take a shower and yeah. But I am gonna go get sushi. I've been thinking about sushi all day, so I'm gonna get sushi and then head home. And this was a very challenging trip for me, but I think I'm really proud of myself for getting through it. Today I did the longest hike I've ever done. And yeah, I'm just proud of myself for listening to myself and being able to get through a route that I made. So yeah, that was great. Shout out backpacking, end of the season. Maybe there will be another one, but I don't think so for the rest of the year. But yeah, all right, bye.